Yeah, I got into life coaching myself probably about 8 years ago. I hired a coach for confidence
Mm.
at Suncor. I was working in the oil and gas industry, and I was a new grad, and I was looking for confidence. I had to speak in these meetings, and they were very rushed, not rushed, but like everybody knew what they were talking about, and I just didn't feel confident in those spaces, right? I was the new grad. So I hired a life coach, and um just it was so empowering for me. We ended up it was really like almost talking through the feelings that I had when I was in those settings. So just like really working through like the anxiety or the stress or the pressure, right? And just really clearly understanding myself when I'm in those situations.
Right.
And I fell in love with life coaching. I really believe that everybody should have a coach. I I've learned I've been working with this coach for 8 years now. And I've learned, I did end up getting that confidence. Um, but life just happens. Like it's kind of like this revolving door, sometimes grief will show up and it's like, well, how do I work through that, right? Life coaching is
And
there
therefore,
for
therefore, we need, such kind of the guidance, such kind of the help, because
yeah.
everything keep on changing from time to time, moment to moment. There is nothing permanent in this world. Even we go back 10 years back, 5 years back, or 1 year back, we will see the changes which we made, in our journey. Just for
Yes.
example, we were born as a kid, we become adult, we become older, and we can die, because that is a life, that is a life pattern, and that is a nature law, I can call it. So
Mm,
therefore, anxiety, grief, happiness, joy, it will come, it will go, it will come, it will go. But the problem comes, how can we accept it? People are
mhm.
struggling, they are fighting with useless and unwanted thought. Therefore they waste their time, they waste their energy, they waste their money, because they are connecting with more useless and unwanted thought in the form of overthinking.
Right.
Therefore we need meditation practice, where it can help us to be grounded, where it can help us to live into the present moment awareness, where it can help us to disconnect all kinds of the useless and unwanted thought. And that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I use a lot of meditation in my coaching practice as well to tap into our inner wisdom. I truly believe that we already know what we need. And by just slowing down and listening to ourselves and feeling ourselves, you can get so much knowledge and information from that.
Yes, and therefore, the whole journey of meditation is to move inside, it
Hmm.
us to pay attention, slow down, and watch out our thought, in order
Yes.
to create a gap or a space between two words, between two thoughts, between two action, and then we can be responsive. We cannot be reactive, because most of the problems like the anxiety, stress, grief, and all kinds of the negative emotions are coming because we are reactive with our own thought, emotion, feeling. Therefore we are connecting with so many useless and unwanted thought, and we cannot celebrate this beautiful present moment awareness. So this is the moment which exists right now, the way we are present physically, mentally, spiritually, psychologically, by whatever ways. So we can celebrate this present moment awareness. But what happened? People don't accept the changes. They keep on fighting and are struggling with useless and unwanted thought. Therefore, they are living into the thought of the past or the future. And that's what the meditation is, to look within. Meditation is to have a deep connection of who we really are, instead of looking in others, instead of thinking about others, instead of
Mhm.
comparison. People try to
Mhm.
compare with someone else. My life is precious. Only I can help myself. Then I can help other. But people say, I can love you. How can you love others until unless I love myself? The
Yes.
universe is within. Everything is inside, but we are not able
Mm-hmm.
to connect it. So that's what the meditation will help us to connect, with who we really are. Meditation will help us to move inside in order to discover, how can I understand the secret and the mystery of life? How can we move to the infinite possibilities? How can we connect with the limitless, boundless, endless space that is already present in the universe? And therefore, all kinds of the possibilities, infinite possibilities, all kinds of the opportunities are available into the universe, but people are not connected with it. Why? Because they live with the mind, they live with the ego, therefore, if I live with the ego, I can say I am a power, I am a control, I have superior, inferior feeling, I have so much a stuck emotion within myself. Therefore,
Mm-hmm.
I cannot tap the secret of the wisdom, The secret of the wisdom is already there, as you said in the beginning, The whole purpose of life is to tap, the infinite resources. And therefore, the breathing meditation, the whole purpose of breathing meditation is to tap, to the hidden secret of who we really are. Then we can know from where we can go where, But people are
Mm-hmm.
limited by their own limiting belief system. They live with the
Yes.
ego, They think
Yeah.
like I know everything, but it is not, The way we came to learn, grow, evolve, to the infinite possibility. And that's what the purpose of life. But people think I know everything. But when you think that I know everything, you know nothing. So in
Yes.
order to know everything, we have to nothing.
That's the ego speaking, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally align with everything that you were mentioning there. It is an inner knowing, right? It is connecting, and it's really getting out of our minds
Right,
and listening to our bodies.
right.
Um, our 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 minds can only take us so far,
Mhm, mhm.
and it's all thinking, right? It's all thinking. There's no feelings, and there's no just inner, deeper knowing. There's no purpose
Yeah,
in the mind. The mind is more logical and fixing and solutions, right?
yeah, yeah. And it is
Yeah,
based on give and take. Mind is based on conditioning. Mind is based on judgment, right? Mind
right.
says I have power, control. Mind says I can leave you into the thought of the past or the future. Mind can aware you about the superficial part of the life. The heart says I love you unconditionally, just like the father
Mhm.
love his kids, like the way
Yes.
we love the nature. When you go to the nature, we love it unconditionally. There is no give and take, but we are deeply connected with it. Just for example, when we hug the trees, I become the tree and tree become with me, because there is no differences. How can it be different? It cannot be different. The way we give us carbon dioxide to the trees and we take the oxygen from the trees, so where is the difference? I don't find any difference. But when you live with the mind is based on judgment, mind is based on logic, reasoning, mind is based on calculation, mind is based on
Mhm.
give and take. Therefore we cannot connect with who we really are. So in order to connect with who we really are, it's better to do the meditation practice and connect with the life force energy in terms of connecting with the nature. So that's what.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.